Okay, so good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everybody. And once again, welcome back in today's class. Today, we are on the day number 5 after a long weekend break for the festival season. Okay, I was thinking two major points. Number one, that in the last week, when we were doing an exercise of user creation, okay, nobody asked me specifically. I'm expecting this question from the high-end experienced guys. Specifically, I'll put the name like Deepak, Ravish, Ravi, Avi, and Ashish, or maybe Mohammed as well. That Atul, we are only 15-20 people in this batch, and we are creating the user accounts one by one. If tomorrow I want to be onboard 100 of users, do I need to do this work manually? Means I should have put one person and say, okay, okay, go and create user one by one. Go to user, click create new, set the password, then go to the other user, click create new, enter the details, set the password. It's not feasible. So now we have to think from the other perspective as well. There is a solution as well. I'll tell the solution, but I will just give me a minute. I want that something should be come from your perspective now. Atul, if this is the case, let's be practical on the grounds now. I am going to be support a customer who says, Atul, I want 1,000 ITL license. Do I need to create the 1,000 users manually? Maybe Avi has a point, Atul, we can do the integration. AD and ServiceNow integration we can do. Chalo, maan liya. That's fine. Still I can, okay, still fine. Let's say customer says, no, I don't have an AD. I want my user should be created manually in the ServiceNow. Then how to do that part? So let's keep this question open and think about the answer. There's a topic which we're going to be covered in the future, but not now. But yes, intention was to give a thought to think on the practical grounds, because we are the consultant. The first question when I go in a workshop or when I go with my sales or the pre-sales team, the first question I ask, okay, tell me how many users you have. Means how many licenses you're going to buy it. Because ultimately I have to be create that users. Chalo manli, let's understand. AD say users we can get it from AD. AD stands for Active Directory. Maybe like Pulkit, Priyanka. It is a source of truth for any company, where when any employee join a company, the first account get created in the Active Directory. It can be nowadays, it can be your Azure, it can be your on-premises as well. Okay, or if I take a normal example is not good, but let's take example. When any death happen in the family, we take the ashes to the religious places, and then we concerned with some priest that I want to do this complete activity of this particular person. And that particular person open a very long notebook, and he tell you that complete ages, that your father came in last time, this time, your father came this time, your father came this time, this complete history he put it. So you can say that is an Active Directory. All the active, inactive users stay here. So from AD I can get user, from AD I can get group. Now the question comes, what about the locations? That is again a user data, that is again a foundation data. What about the departments? In my company, I have 200 departments. Do I need to create 200 departments manually? No. The reason being because Atul, you told us to create account, you told us to create user group and role, we done that part. In the ITSM process or in any of the process, in any of the implementation, when we start, these 4 or 6 parameters play a vital role, and that is called the foundation data. Your user, group, role, location, departments. These are the foundation data. If you notice that I started a series of the CSDM, let me show you. CSDM 4. 0. Let me show you one image that will give you that what is the foundation data means here. So now if you see this thing, these location, group, user, department, business, company, these 5 or 6 are my foundation data. Without this, you cannot implement any process, any project, I can say here. And these things define that how the data will be stored in a system. What is user, what is group, what is department. So now the homework come. Let's try to explore the tool. That is the reason I started this journey a little bit in the different manner. Let's try to explore the tool. Go and check department table, go and check location table, go and check this thing, business unit table. Go and try create one record in that. Then you will come to know that how these things are interrelated. That is the first point which I want to be discuss. Now the second point, that Neha was trying to be do this from the last 2 days, the login, but she was not able to successful login that part. The reason being because the person who created Neha's account, he put the space at the last. So it was showing like this. So that has been in the user ID, it has been considered as space. So user ID was not matching. What I did, I just removed the space and save it. This is the another point we have to be take care. Deepak, give me a minute. Generally, what we do, we prefer to create a user ID like this. Like this, or create a user ID like this. And always check, if you're creating manually, always check is any space there by putting shift and arrow keys like this. Check so that you make sure that there's a no another dot or space has been added in the user ID. OK, yeah, Deepak, go ahead. Deepak and Avi, go ahead.
Sorry, I guess your screen I'm not able to see at all.
Only you or everybody able to see or not?
Yeah, it was visible to us. Yeah,
Visible.
I'm able to.
Maybe Deepak just join it again. Sometime it
Join
happens.
again, I'll share here.
It's Skype. OK. So this was the issue which Neha, your profile we are facing. Now let me come back. Let's join Deepak again. In the meantime, let's start some another interesting topic today. Actually, I don't want to go some theoretical part now. I want to be give little bit open on the tool perspective now. Now homework for everybody. You have to be think. If I say that guys, you have to be create a project in ServiceNow, you have to be think that what project you can create. In this project, you are the developer. In this project, you are the consultant. In this project, you are the business analyst. And in this project, you are the architect as well. I will give you the steps, but what to create, it's you. Maybe I can say school admission, class test, restaurant, parking, house booking, renting, party auditions, kind of anything you want to get, you can create it. OK. Now to this part, this is an important concept. This now says, and let's come to the ground level reality now. In the schools, the class test happen. Session has been started. Teacher taught to the kids. They start learning. After 2 weeks, 3 weeks, class test happen. After 4 months, class test happen, and after 6 months, half yearly has been happen. After that, again 3 months, pre-board or the pre-finals has been happened, and after 3 months, final has been happened, and the student who clear the final exams, they move to the next class. That is the thing. Now the point is that how these are related in the ServiceNow. So if you remember that in ServiceNow, when we purchase ServiceNow from our
Hi Deepak. ये Okta login.
Okay. So in ServiceNow, when we purchase, ServiceNow give me 3 instances mainly: dev, test, not for you. Okay, dev, test, and prod. People who are in IT, they know everything. That what is dev, what is test, what is production. But who newly entering into the industry, dev is like my classwork, where I do the practice, I build the things. Test is my test copy, and production is my final exams. You do anything here, but if you do something wrong here, you will be failed. So in the IT industry, in the dev environment, we can say environment as well. Remember, these terms will become again when we go for the upgrades. In the dev environment, the developers work. Means if I say anything to you, okay guys, you have to do this development, then you're going to be logged into the developer instance. Now let's say in the development instance, you write 100 scripts. You created 500 records. Now you need to bring this data. Understand the words here. You need to bring the data or the customization or the configuration or the logics in the test instance. What you need to do? So we need to write again 100 scripts. Now let me change the example. Let's say Deepak is staying in the 2 BHK. Approximately. Kunal, you can switch off your video, that's fine. He has approximately 100 items in the home. Okay. Now he want to shift from 2 BHK to the 4 BHK. What Deepak will do? Will Deepak pick up one item in hand, go to the 4 BHK and put it? Well, come on. That's not a right thing. What is the best? Suggest that Deepak need to pack all these 100 items in boxes. And then he can call to the movers packers and they will move the thing from this house to this house. Atul, this is a feasible solution. So in the same manner, when I say, if I develop anything in the dev instance, I have to move that to the test instance, from the test to the production instance. Then we use a term called the update set. Update set is a container which contain your business logic and help you to move that from one instance to the another instance, from dev to test to production. After 20-25 days, I will ask you, okay guys, anybody can give me their PDI, and we will move these things to the respective PDI. But remember, I am not saying that update set help you to move the data. No recorded data has been moved via update set. Question still remains same. Atul, in dev we created 200 or 300 users. Now tell me how this will move to the dev to test instance, test to production instance. Keep it this question because these are required and these will be covered in the respective topics. So now before I create any table here, and again this is from the CSA perspective, it is important question. Let me give you homework today. Let me take on that date was Neha, right? Give me a minute, Shabrish. Okay, Deepak, take the question. The first question, what did not captured in update set? That is the first question. Yeah, Shabrish, go ahead.
Atul, actually, for creating multiple users, right?
Hmm.
So, as there are, about 100 items what we discussed. So, creating users also in same scenario in my workaround. The daily activities, what we do is we create a macro using scripts.
Okay.
So, in that way, do we have any possibilities to create users? Multiple users at a time?
Yes, yes, yes. Keep it, keep. Today just give a thought in your mind. Keep it for some time. I'll discuss that how the service now do these things.
Okay.
You can create even incidents in the bulk by that method, but again, that is not recommended. But you can still do that part. Okay. Yes,
Okay.
there are ways. So Deepak, the first question you have noted down. Now let's come back here. So before I create any business logic, any table, any configuration, any customization, we have to be create a update set. Two ways, either you can click here, you can see update set, or you can click here and search for the update set. Okay, and click on the local update set. It is the homework for everybody. Today, before you proceed to the next point, everybody need to create update set by their name. Before I move, the thing is that in ServiceNow, if you click here, there's a default update set. When you purchase a mobile phone, there's some default functionality given by that particular company. A ringtone or alarm clock or alarm sound and all the things. But we never use that. In the same manner, it is not recommended to use the default update set. It is never ever recommended. These points I'm telling you because yesterday I done with my day before yesterday I done with my CSA examination. And these are the questions asked in that formats. Up to that minute level they ask. We say, yeah, I know this thing, but these are the things they put in English that you get confused. Okay, so we never ever recommend to use the default update set. Now, how to create, and it is not only for me. Everybody whose account exists in my instance, everybody has to create one update set. Click new. And let's say LNG batch 11. It is for me. Keep it as a in progress. Release date, keep it like this. Description, if you want to put, you can put your name. This is for me or for myself. Now what will happen and why we need for everybody? Let's say Deepak example. In Deepak house, there are 4-5 members. Okay. Everybody is staying in the same house and they are saying, let's move to the new house now. If Deepak start doing packing for everybody, then it will increase the load for the Deepak. And when we reach to the destination, everybody bombard on Deepak, hey, can you give me this thing? 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 Generally in marriages, this thing has happened. So now what is the solution? Solution is that Deepak says to his wife, hey, you know the stuff of the kitchen, please go and do the packing. Deepak told to his kid, please pack your bag, these toys and other things in this particular box. Deepak told to his mother, please do this packing in this particular box. And at the last, he says, please be aware that this is your boxes and you have to be take care in the next house. This is what the purpose of creating an update set, because we all are working in a separate as a developer. We're not doing any kind of a bhaichara, no. We are working in a team, but we are the separate developers. So I have to make sure that my things which I am developing should be captured in my update set. Let's say if Suraj, Sumesh, Mohammed and we are staying in a PG. if they're shifting from PG to a big flat, none of them will pack the things for others. So they say, hey, I'm packing my thing, you pack your stuff. Mohammed say, I'm packing my thing, you pack your stuff. Why? So that if anything has been left out, I should not be responsible for the other person. I should be responsible for my stuff only. So now everybody has to be great. What is the format you're going to be used? You need to be use your name, and then that's fine. Your name, if you want to put batch 11, that's fine. And click on the, now two things, submit and make current. What this mean? Submit means I'm just submitting, and make current means now going forward, if I make any business changes, any logical changes, including configuration, customization, everything should be captured in my box. And when I click on this, you will be noticing one thing. Click here and you can see now. Now for the next 15, 20 days, 30 days, everything which we are doing will be captured. And now you can see one round is coming. It indicates that I'm not in the global, sorry, not in the default update set. Now, if I tell you these are the things in the examination has been captured, has been asked, which color is this? Color? Huh? Yeah, I never see it, but it is a color. So now what you have to do, everybody, when you log in, click here. Let's say if I say, sorry, let's say I go here, update set, local update set. Let's say if Avi need to be created. So Avi will create like this, Avi. And in the parent, put my this one. So that in a one box up now see, if I want, I'm moving from one house to another house, I will not going to be hire the multiple movers packers for the multiple people. So this is what this thing, one parent, under that you can add your different update sets. Okay, but make sure after doing this part you have to be click on the submit and make current. That is important, otherwise your changes will be captured in the default update sets. Yes, Ashish.
Atul, just okay. If I have a scenario where I have, let's say, multiple developers, let's say 5 developers working on my project, each working on a module which is there,
Right.
which has been assigned to them. So how do they collate their work sets, update sets? Do they do it separately or via this parent concept that you just explained?
It depends actually. If you are running your day-to-day work in the sprint format, then as a best practice which I heard is that as the lead developer or the lead architect of that particular module, you create one update set and ask every developer to map your update set with this particular update set. So that at the last, when I'm moving my changes or moving changes, it should go in a one go. Okay. Second thing, it is not also necessary that we should have a one parent to child relationship as well. If you okay to keep it separately, you can keep it separately as well. That's fine. So there's a concept come batch as well. When we close this part, there's a concept come batch. Do you want to merge? Do you want to merge 2 or 3 updates into one as well? That we'll see when we're going to be close this part. Okay, that's the thing. Clear, Ashish?
Not completely, but
Put your question.
okay. So again, I'm going back to a scenario where I have one application which has multiple modules in it.
Okay.
So it's my output is one application which has multiple modules, and I have allocated each module to a different developer.
Okay.
All right. When I have to kind of display it to the customer or move it into production or show him a demo of it, my main landing page comes and then he can access the sub modules within the application itself.
Okay.
I'm just trying to correlate, and sorry if I'm asking a dumb question. I'm just trying to correlate. How does that happen?
Why are you bringing your customer in this movement part? There's nothing for the customer. It is for your internal only. That how you are putting your things in your boxes. That is only that part. Okay, if you invite me, let's say you inviting me at your home for the this is a home housewarming party. Okay, let's say you invited me. Did you tell me everything that Atul, I hired 5 movers packers, I have had 5 trucks? No, you will say Atul, I have done this thing and this is my new house. That's all. In the background, you bring by hand, you bring by walk, you bring by car, you bring by helicopter. That's up to you. The only thing which we do this thing, it doesn't matter. It's a one application, multiple modules. Update set will capture the changes you're doing in the system. Now you do in a one application, now you do 100 application, that doesn't matter in the update sets. Okay. Think from the development perspective. Now, if I say, okay, Ashish, I got one table, you have to be assemble it. Now to assemble it, you need the nut bolts as well. You need that page cuts as well. You need the some screwdriver as well, right? But at last it's the one only, right? So these 4 things will be kept in the 4 different places. Maybe nut bolt you keep on the top so that it should be out of the reach of the kids or the children specifically, right? So these things we have to do that part. Yeah. Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
Shabrish, go ahead.
Atul, we just discussed that we should not select default
yes.
set, right? So what happens if we choose that option?
Nothing happen actually. But if everybody start using the update set, at the last it is going to be tough for you to be segregate that what changes has been done by you and the other person. Let's say you make a single box. Let's take the same example. Deepak is moving from one house to another house. Okay, he put a single box. Everybody is assuming that this box belongs to me, and everybody start putting their things in that part. Deepak wife put something, Deepak kid put something, Deepak put something, Deepak mother put something, Deepak sister put something. Now, when you reach to the destination, it is going to be tough. Hey, I keep it my thing in this box. I'm not able to find out, or maybe something get leaked in between, and it's causing issue to some other as well. So better don't use the default one. Use the specific which created by you only.
Okay, so that set will be accessible for everyone, and
no. So now you cannot see, or you cannot, if I say you cannot see, you can see, but not to use my update set. If you log into the instance, still for your login, it's showing as a default only, not my update set. You log in and check just because default means it's a system specific, which is given by system only.
Okay.
Ravi, your point is right that we have to create the update set only the dev instance. No need to be create the instance update set in the different environments. Okay. Yes, Neha, go ahead.
And
sorry, just wait, Ravi. Go ahead, Neha.
If you go back to your screen, the ServiceNow screen, just trying to understand, the first part is clear. We'll put our name as a developer. The application you selected is in global. Yes. What does it indicate?
Global means that the changes which you are doing or the record you're creating is a globally or maybe available for everybody. So there's a 2 concepts actually. There's a concept in ServiceNow called the application scoping. Few things which we create only for the or in a specific set of stuff, I can say. Let me go back in the studies part, specifically if anybody from the C++, Java background. So there's a concept called you have to be declare the variables on the global level so that anybody in the complete program can use those variables. This is what the concept of the application scoping as a global. If you click here, you can see application scope here as well. So these are the scoped application which has been built for a particular purpose and with the particular resources only. And those resources are only available and usable in this particular scope only, not outside that. So let's say if you bake a cake and only you want to eat it, or let's say you make a Maggie kind of things for your own purpose, that is scoped application. Maybe you like some non-veg and some spices, well, you put it that, and that is scoped one. But if you prepare for everybody in the home, that it's a global one, because You have to put, or you have to be think that from the everybody perspective, it should be eaten by or by used by the everybody else as well. This is what the purpose of the application scoping. For another few days, we are going to be use global application only. The things which we are going to do, which we are going to be do, it will be in the global scoped only.
Okay, if you go back to the screen, I'll not take much time.
No,
So
that's
just
fine. That's fine.
yeah. So see, if I'm implementing incident management module here, right? And so will it always be global, or can I still limit the scope it to like not global but a limited scope? Can I do it for?
In that case, you have to be create a new table in the scoped application.
Okay.
By default, it's a global.
By default, it's a global. Now the next step, if you just go back to the screen, just one last question. So in the update set, we are just going to like capture what we are doing. How we are doing is that script part will not be captured in the description.
No, wait. Give me like another 30-40 minutes. We'll show that what captured in the update set. Then you'll get a complete idea.
Sure, please go ahead.
Okay, no problem. Yes, Suraj.
So Atul, I just have one silly doubt. In case on the project, if there are 5 developers working and everyone wants to create their own separate update set, then is it recommend? And
Yes.
later on, if we would need to merge that, so does it necessary to create a parent select
No.
at that moment,
No.
or
Parent is just to be keep a track of the one means multiple requirements going in a single way. That is the only purpose of the parent. For our case, I'm putting parent because at the last, when I'm moving changes, I want to move everybody changes from one instance to the another instance so that everybody can see, yes, this is created by me and available in the other instance as well.
okay, it's just for monitoring purpose?
Yes. Yes, Mohammed. Let's take your question, then we'll proceed.
I believe my question has been addressed, like just a small query that while creating that update set, we have to do it in the parent format, right? LNG batch 11.
Yes, for our practice purpose, yes.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, so now my update set is ready here. I have no issues. So now going forward, anything which I'm doing will be captured in my update set. Let me come here. Now the thing is that in ServiceNow, the record, anything which you're able to see, just close on your hands so that I should not be get confused. Okay. This has been stored in a format of the table. Simple in the SQL world, in the database world, table means row and column. Row means which contain the information about a record. My name, like if I do this thing. So this is a record and this is a column. This is a fundamental. Now I come to this point. Even these questions can be asked in your examination that what is row, what is column. So you should be know that record or the row means a record. This is a complete record. Now, if anybody say, okay, I want to know about the Ashish, I can say here's Ashish record. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. If I go to the other tab, you can get the fees information, details information as well. But this is a column. Now, say that everything has been captured or everything has been done in the table format. So we are going to be created table now. And here your actual exercise started. I am getting a dummy table, but you have to be think which project you are going to be start. And you have to be create a table on that basis. For today exercise, create 1 dummy or 2 dummy table, add some fields and done it. But in the next few days, you have to finalize. Okay, so I'm going to create a parking system. I'm going to create admission system. I'm going to create a cluster system kind of things. So now to do this part, search for table. Now table can be identified or be found by 2 words, tables and table and columns. Again, coming from that part, CSA, because these things has been told in the online training of the CSA, which I'm sure that everybody completed. If you are going for a certification, you have to be complete that part. Let me click on the tables. Let me see. Do I have unhide sheet one? No. This yeah here. Yes. Okay. To discuss this part, let me bring two new concepts here for the tables. This is a concept called the base and the core. Very important concept and very confusing concept as well. Generally, I don't go the definition by my words. I prefer to go with the ServiceNow definition. Core tables in ServiceNow. This way. Base table here. Okay. Base table means a table which would not extend any table but can be extensible is a base table. अब तो ये तो कोई बात नहीं बनी. That's not good. We are again confused, right? I'm saying let me copy this and then we'll see. Table which would not extend any table can be extensible is said the base table. Let me come back my signature example on that part. Okay. It is well said in the on this universe that a son or a daughter will get all the properties from their parents in as an inheritance, I can say, right? But here the concept came. If I am creating my own capital with my own effort, with my own blood and sweat, with my own education, then it become a base table. But my son can take something from that, then it become a base table. Means to create this table, you're not using your parents' property. To creating your own business, you're not using your parents' property. Then it is a base table. But your son can use, your daughter can use your property to build property on the top of that. Then it becomes the base table. Confusion is there. Atul, you are working in ServiceNow for a long time. You can understand these words, how we can identify. Let me bring another definition and then we'll go for the ServiceNow discussion on this part. Code table. Let me bring here. Yes, ServiceNow. Because चलो ठीक है. Let me see. नहीं, let's go back and we'll go our part here. It's a lot of confusion here. Lot of confusion. I'm telling you, people still get confused when they discuss on that part. Okay. Now the core table says the tables which I'm getting from the system itself. It's called the core table, which is given by ServiceNow as it is, or the by default, you can say. So let's say when you take new phone, the iOS or the Mac or the Android, sorry, Mac, not Mac, iOS or the this Android, you are getting in the phone. That is a core table. It is coming as it is. But if you're using any of the application to build some other application, that I can say it's a base table for me. Even though, so now the confusion can be a base table can be a core table as well. But a core table can be base table. I'm not sure. Don't worry if you're getting confused. That's fine. Get it be confused. That's fine for me. It is required until as you will not understand the difference between these. And again, These are the things come in the discussion point. Okay, these things come in the discussion points. Let me see some normal definitions. And if you get confused, now come here and see. Best part, yes, I want to show you this thing as well. Developer.servicenow.com. If you get confused, come here. Let me sign in. I'm sure it gets signed automatically. I forgot to tell you this thing on that day when we started with the rule and group. Come here and click on this learn part. Okay. And or if you doubt something, come here and put it here. Tables in ServiceNow. Or let's say like this. If you get something new, let me search with the like this. See, start reading from here. It will tell you that what is base, what is core. You will get a lot of things from here itself. Don't follow any kind of book if you are struggling something or you're stuck somewhere. Go to this particular place. It is very good. Generally, I use this in my discussions for the domain separation and other parts. Okay. So even though it's not taking up the same thing which we are looking for, but still. So the base table. Now let me come and show you here, and let me search for a table called the task. One more point. If you need to be search in these area in the list view, you can use the wild characters, percentage and asterisk. Try to use that part. Okay. And it is called column level search. It's a column level search. Again, I'm coming on that point because when I was doing that online training of ServiceNow for this function, this thing, admin part, these things has a name actually. So now let me put task and enter. So now these things. So task table extension is empty. It means this table is given by ServiceNow because the extend table is empty. Means this person or this particular son or daughter created its own wealth without taking a single penny from their parents. But it's saying extensible. Yes. Can someone extend it? Can someone use it? Yes, someone can use it. So this table in ServiceNow world, this table is called as a core and a base table as well, which is given by ServiceNow. Maybe you can check user table, group table. Now, when we start this table concept, I want you guys to get familiar with the table names. Because for a developer, I'm not a person who need to go as a developer. I need to go here, click on the table and search, and then no. You should know the table's name to quickly accessible. So this is my core table, or you can say this is my base table. This is provided by ServiceNow. Yes. It is not extending any other table. Yes, but it's extensible. Yes. So it become my base and the core table. Let me come here. Now, one more table. Let me show you. CMDB. This one. This is again my base and the core table. This is, see, CMDB CI is not my core table, is not my base table because it is getting extended by this particular table. By this way, you can understand that is this table is the base table or the core table. But on the overview perspective, from the ServiceNow interview perspective, from the examination perspective, task and CMDB are considered as the base and the core tables, not CMDB underscore CI, because it's getting extended from this one. So if I want to do, click and show matching. So all these table are the, I can say, base table for me, because they're not getting extended from any other table. Let me come here. Any clarity, any question answer? Good.
So Atul,
Good.
just a quick question: when to use asterisk and when to use percentage?
Who is asking? Sorry, Ravi, right?
It's Suraj.
Suraj. I'm not going to be answer on this part. Okay, because if I answer, you only use only that places. Let me give you example. You're in the party. It's a marriage party and it's a good sunny day and sunny evening. Okay, you have multiple options: coffee, juice, cool drink, hard drinks, soda, vodka kind of things. Now you have to be decide when you have to take juice and when you take the coffee. Try it. Make a use case. The only thing is that if you do, let me show you something. If I put like this, let me remove this condition. So if I put like this, what it's saying, name start with CMDB, right? Name start with CMDB because I put percentage. Now if I put name contains CMDB, this is the use case. If you want to find out a specific word,
Got it.
then use this thing. Now using this at the end or at the beginning, it's totally your use case. Like percentage like this. Now it's end with CMDB, not start, because I put the percentage. You can see contains this CMDB. So it's your use case where you want to be used it. So when you work as the developer specifically, or I can say you work as a consultant to whom where you have to be do a lot of searches in short description, in incident name, in this name, in that name, you can use this wild characters. Go ahead, Neha.
Why we need to create tables? I think I'm going into more basic question. Like,
Why you install WhatsApp when you have a SMS facility in your phone?
okay.
No. Give me answer. Why you?
So I think it's more modern, and it's it's more faster way of communication being used by everyone.
So let me change one more point. Why you use some other ringtone which is not available in your phone? I want to play some song when someone call me, my mom calls, so this song should be played.
Personal preferences.
Personal preferences, no, because it's your need.
Need.
It's your need, right? I want in the morning when alarm should ring, I should get some religious or some bhajan kind of ringtone, not that pee 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 or poo poo poo. I don't want that part because that is your user need.
Okay.
It is a system. ServiceNow say up to you. You want to use as it is, you can go ahead. Generally, not generally. If I say as a recommended, we have to be use a system as it is only. The days earlier was the days when we create the tables as and when we required, and ServiceNow did not charge for the same. But now it's a chargeable thing. You cannot create more than 20 tables with a specific conditions, and you cannot create more than 50 fields on those tables. If you create, you have to pay for per field per table as well to ServiceNow. Charges, I have no idea, but ServiceNow charge for the same. Second point, if you did not create the table, if I take a PD example, then how you're going to do the practice?
So what we are going to put in this table, like what we need to capture as in data or
This
information.
is what homework I gave to you. Think with that which project you need to be create. Now, take a simple example. You need to book a airline tickets, right? What you do, you open the maybe any third-party tool or third-party website. You go put your destination, your source, click enter, you get the details, fill the details, pay the money. That's done. Now tell me how they're storing your data in the background. Any pen paper? No. Atul, definitely never say Atul, some software will be there, right? Now, how the software is containing your data? Either in the plain format, in the table format, which contain your real number, your PNR number, your name, your last name, your date of birth, your origin, your destination, your seat number, your veg meal preference, your luggage details, and all things will be there. It means they're creating the tables in the background. Something is background who's big. The only confusion is that Atul service now giving everything to us, then why we are creating it? If human being is satisfied with a given set of things, there's no need of innovation. This is what I learned from the experience. So now the task which I gave to you, you have to be think that which project you're going to be create. Think from that perspective. I'm going to be create a let's say restaurant module. Let's say I want to be go for the grocery shop. I want to go for the gym membership. I want to go for the class test things. Just hold it for some time. You will get the idea that what we're going to be creating now. Okay. Yes, Ravi, go ahead.
Yes, Atul, I have a couple of questions here.
Go ahead.
Actually, first one is, when you go to that service now, okay, homepage, all favorite, history, workplace, that whatever that called fields, are they fields or a tables?
But 1 minute. It is not whatever you call it. You have to be remember the names because
Yeah, I
these
had a
things come in the questions.
banner content.
No. It's a banner image. This is a menus. Banner
Menus. Are they tables or just a fields? How
Mm,
to identify whether
yes.
it's a
I gave you one homework, right? That in the address bar, you will find the information where we are standing at point of time.
okay.
So all the list you are able to see, these things have been stored in this table. The word which is ending with .do is a table name for me. So if I click on this admin, let me say I click on this admin. It is not a table, but it's some kind of a pages they have created, static pages they have created. If I click on this history will show in this menu, they have written some scripts which populate these parts. So it's table, it's scripts, it fields, it variables, a lot of things will be there.
Okay.
If I open this workspace, maybe let's say open this operation workspace. So now it is going some on this particular page. But we have to go and see that in this page any code has been mentioned or not, that why and how this thing has been populating. Now the question should be how these are coming. This is what this training will provide you. So this thing we are able to see. Atul, can I create my workspace? Yes, why not? We will see that how to create a workspace as well. Go ahead, second question, Ravi.
And in your home screen, there is a Tokyo. I'm very curious about that. Below
This
that
one.
Tokyo LNG, how yeah.
Okay. Second, go ahead. Next question.
Okay. The next question is in the update set, who can view that? People who are having that admin rights, everyone can view that. Suppose example, we are in the group actually.
Only
We are
admin.
in. Okay, only no. It means we are a group actually. All group member
Yes.
can view that, or
So for that, you have to go here and click on the local update sets. Then you can view my update set as well.
okay. And the first question is, in that role actually coming to the role, if any role is dedicated to the which group, how can we identify? I tried actually, I couldn't able to find out that. Suppose ITIL role, is it any belongs to any of the particular group? Because when you add that ITL, multiple roles are created. How, no, the type kind of anything is there.
So you are saying that how you identify that ITIL role has been given to number of groups, right?
Or there is a group. Yeah, yes, correct.
Okay. So for this, we have to be run a query. We have to create a report which contain two tables, a role table and the group table. And then we can bring that information back.
Okay.
That will be covering in the reporting part, that how these things, two tables can be clubbed together.
Okay.
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 Now,
And that.
yeah, good.
Yeah, the next question is even I tried actually in this PDI, the background of that service now coloring and all, the theme earlier in that settings button we have that themes right in the earlier
Right.
version and all, but now it's not possible, I believe.
For that, you have to be change the property here. If you remember that on the last class, I showed that there's a property called the Polaris.
Okay.
You have to be change that property to false, log out and log
Okay.
in, then you'll be able to see that part.
Okay, fine. Thanks.
Okay. Now you put one question that Atul, I'm curious to know about this thing. But did you notice one more thing? Let me say, open the tables here. Atul, when I open the PDI, I'm not able to see these options. I'm not able to see this option. Not able to see this option. Why it's coming on your instance or your login? This is my question. Did anybody notice this part? Just log in and check. Are you able to see this label under label, name under name, extend under the superclass, extensible, like this? Let me go. We created the user, right? I was thinking that someone will ask this question. Let me open Suraj account. Now tell me, anybody able to see these things? Yes, Ravi. Did you see? Did you able to see this thing?
No.
Good, no problem. Shabrish, question please.
Atul, we discussed that not extendable. I mean, superclass is not extendable, and child class can be extendable, right? So
No. Child class. No. You're thinking no. The base class is one which is not extended but can be extensible. Anybody can create on the basis of that particular class.
okay.
Parent and child is something different relationship in ServiceNow.
Oh.
Okay. So now, Ravi, my point is that these things are coming from a plugin that is called the SN Utilities Tools for ServiceNow. Okay. Everybody just go and open the Chrome and search for this. No, it's not plugin, it's an extension. Sorry, it's an extension. You go and put SN Utilities Tool for ServiceNow. Then log in, you're able to see these options. Why these are important? These are important for the developers, not people like me. I'm not a developer, I'm a business analyst. Doesn't matter for me that which is this written. This indicate the background name of this particular field user ID. Now, if I say, Ravi, introduce yourself, and if I say Ravi intro, in the both questions, in the both sentence, I'm asking the same answer. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes, the same thing. But for the developer, these things matter. Okay. So these things matter for the developer, because if he use this particular these things for his work, maybe tomorrow you will change to user ID to user only or ID only. But this thing never gets changed.
Okay.
When we create a table, I'll show you this part as well. And this thing, there is another extension called the environmental extension. Let me see if I have. Yeah, this one. Environment marker extension. Okay. I use this extension in my office as well, because I need to be work on the sometime dev, sometime test, sometime production. So to get confused, I keep like this: dev, test, and production. The three different colors. One is here, one is here, one is here. You can try this part. That's fine. Okay. Now let me come quickly here for the tables part. That is important. Okay. So now if I click on the new table here, it is the place. Let me open it like this. here. I remember this thing. Achha, one more homework I am giving you. In the application navigator, go here. This is application navigator. Go here and type sys_user. And you have to do this exercise 6 times. First with capital do, capital list, and capital config. 3 times. Now same thing with small do, small list, and small config, and see what is the difference between in these two. These are the tricks which a developer use, not I use. So now let's come here for the table. Let's say I am going to create a ServiceNow training table to keep a track of my all the students. So I'm putting as a training table, training, or let's say LNG training. It is easy for me to be identified. Okay, now see the magic. Why this U is coming? And if you go here, you will find some table with U and some table with X. What is the difference between U underscore and X underscore? And again, this is from the certification perspective. Yes. Yeah, Bharadwaj. This is what.
Just a thought, it could be a base or core differentiation between base.
No. This is what, if you are starting with the table starting with the U, it is a global scope. X, the scoped application.
Okay.
There's nothing called the base and table, base or core here, nothing. It will come here only. And don't try to be smart to make a change here like a X. Results then. What happened? We will see, we will create table as a scoped application as well. But as of now, let's go with the U. And this particular area is for your purpose. Do you want to create a table as a completely fresh? Like I told my father, don't give me any single penny. I'm going to create my business on my own worth. Then keep it as a blank. But if you're going to take a help from your father, then put the table name. Now the question comes, Atul, do we need to be extend every time the task table? Suraj, coming to your point, what is the use case here? It depends on your requirement. Simple. If I am creating, let's say there's a fire has been happened. When the fire has been happened, do you call to the DJ or do you call to the fire brigade? Definitely the fire brigade. So it depends on the business requirement, which table or which module or which particular functionality you're going to be build it now. On the basis of that, you have to decide which table should become. I can do the CMDB as well. See, I can do the task SLA as well. There's no task SLA. Wow, it means that is not extensible. See, okay, SLA table is there, but it's not task SLA. So it depends on the business requirement. That is, I'm saying that the project you are going to be build, you are the one who are the architect for that. You are the one who are the developer for that, and you are the one who are the consultant for that. Have to be think from the 360-degree angle that what I need to be do. And don't think it's a PDA so we can do anything. Think a practical part. Creating table, adding the fields, and then you come to know, oh, no, this is wrong. Let me remove it. Removal can be done. That's fine. But the effort you wasted, what about that? You're preparing for the final exams, or maybe you're preparing for some other exams, and you forget that tomorrow is some other exam as well. Some other exam tomorrow, not the one which you prepared it. Okay, so here as of now, I'm not putting any table because I want to show you something here. Now create module, create mobile module. Now, if I go here and search for the incident, I'm able to see this thing, create new, assigned to me, open, assigned. From where these are coming? These are coming from these areas only. Now, another point. Maybe Pulkit say, Atul, so it means for every module I have to be created every time a new table. Come on. No. Never. To do your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth class, do need to be changed the to school after every year. One school, multiple classes. The same concept here work. By default, it will create only one module. And again, from the examination perspective, important to be understand. Okay, let me say create module. I'm not creating any mobile module as of now. It says where you want to add the module. Tell me in which particular menu I should do. Under this, or you want to create your own menu. I said I want to create my own menu. If you want to create existing one, I can click here. Incident C. Now there should be one question. Atul, what is this? These words or these are coming. Keep a note for this, Deepak. Let's discuss this tomorrow. So as of now, I'm going to create a new one. You can change the name here. LNG functional. Everybody clear till this point? Because I'm going to be save it now. Chalo, let's create a table. My table has been created. What about module? Atul, module, go here and search for the LNG. See, this is my menu and this is my table. Another examination perspective. Whenever you create a table and a module get created, it created with the ending with S. It's called the plural. It's a default functionality. Nobody can, at least I cannot modify this part. Now the question comes, Atul, how to do this pencil? This pencil will helpful for you. That is the reason on the day 2 or day 3, everybody was added in the admin group or given the admin role so that anybody can make a change. Anybody can do the things. Now, if I come here and scroll, I can see, let me do one thing. Let me reset these tabs and all the things here. Display within form and compact. That's fine. Organized form in the classic form. Yes, that's look good. I don't have a habit to be scroll again and again. So now you can see. So this is my table. These are the columns. Another point to be understand. Whenever you create a table, either you extend it, either you create it as a fresh. Out of this 5, one more column get created that is called the SysID. Or if I say if I'm not extending my table from any other table, so total 6 field get created. Created by, created, SysID, updates, updated by, and updated. It's a default functionality. Simple. Whenever you reboot your phone, it will show the company logo. That's all. So now these things has been there. Let me come here for the question answer. Go ahead, guys. Question answer. This is base for everybody, and everybody need to be work on these things now.
Adil, a quick one. Which was the last question that for homework in application navigator, you need to type sys underscore.
Okay, you have to be fine. You have to do this exercise by the 6th time. Dot do, dot config, and dot list in small and completely in caps.
Okay, could you repeat that? Dot config,
dot list, and dot do. Okay. Do. Chalo, let's do it here. Now, when you create a table, these 4 operations get created. I was from the long time I was thinking to put in the chat. It's called the CRUD. CRUD. Again, from the perspective of the CSA examination. These 4 functions a user can do: create, delete, read, and write. That is the one thing. Okay. Now, Atul, ठीक है, बन गया ये table, that's fine. But how I can get a view like this? See, wow, what a beautiful form. A well separated, segregated, well maintained, well written, well length and breadth has been given. How I can get this kind of a form? Okay, let's go here. Search for LNG. Click on this. Look, click on this. Nothing is there. It means the next step is to design the form. But what you will design on the form? Neha invited everybody at home. Okay, guys, come for the lunch at my home. And she served and she put just the empty plates and bowls. Neha, where's the food? Oh, that I did not cook it. Then what we are going to be eat? Definitely nothing. So in this case, first we'll create the columns on that table, and then from there we'll bring the forms, or sorry, columns in that. Sorry, I'm saying columns, not columns. It's a field, and even not the fields. The right word which ServiceNow called is called the dictionary entry, or called the attribute, not the fields. Fields we call when we discuss. 2 minutes away. Okay, but ServiceNow called it as a dictionary entry. I'm putting something in the ServiceNow table. That's called a dictionary entry. Go ahead, Ravi, now.
Don't we have a ready-made form here? Like how that models are incident change and is there? Like kind of forms, do we have any
Why not?
ready-made forms?
Let me go here. Let's see incident. See, I have a form for the incident here. Let it open. It did open now. But point is that, Ravi, if you need to create your own application,
Okay.
then how you do?
You need to create.
Your question is fine, but I want to put a little bit extension on the question. Let's say Atul. Okay, let's not discuss today. What you have to do? Let me take a homework. Go in the tables. Okay. Here. Open the task table. And read about this field. Read it. Label and the type. Label and the type. Read. You should know that these are the words which are going to be your bread, butter, and jam now going forward.
Okay.
Read. What is the type here? I'm sure like Pulkit, Ujjwal, you are already in the college. You know this data types are available in C, C++, Java, Oracle, everybody, everywhere. Go and check. If you stuck, just click on this true and false. What it includes, it's a Boolean type. Again, this is the examination question perspective. So these are the things, maybe you asked that, right, for CSA 1. So these are the minute things which come in the discussions in the examination, which we know, but we don't know exactly what that called. Now, for you, it's a field. For me, it's a dictionary entry. Okay. This is another homework that everybody need to go and create go and check the task table, minimum task table, because task is one of the base and the code table which is used for incident, change, and problem modules and the application. If you want, you can go and search it here. Open it. See, it extended from the task table. Incident task extended from the task table. Go and do and explore as much as you want to do that part. Okay, any other question, guys, before I close the Good. Good.
The last one is to check the task table and review the content in it, right?
And you can review incident, problem, or the chain table as well. And add one more task, create one table without any extension of the table. At least everybody need to create at least one table. Create any dummy table with your name only, that will be fine for me.
Without extension, right? Extension of the table.
Without extending one yet. Clear, everybody?
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions so that I can stop the recording now? Okay, let me stop the recording, then take a quick attendance.